This week we have witnessed a huge mobilisation right across Europe in opposition to the Transatlantic Trade and Investment Partnership, commonly known as TTIP. Matt Carthy, Sinn Féin MEP, has led on this from the front in Europe on behalf of Sinn Féin. TTIP is currently being negotiated behind closed doors by unelected officials who, by their own admission, don't take a mandate from the European people. This is the attitude of the people who are apparently negotiating on our behalf. The contents of what we know about TTIP are enough to cause extreme concern. The agreement is calling for regulatory convergence, which essentially means that the European regulations and standards are lowered to bring them in line with the USA. In short, profit margins become the holy grail at the expense of quality. TTIP, like many free trade agreements, will cause job dislocation. We have had a number of estimates. Estimates range from between 600,000 and 1 million jobs will be displaced across Europe. Our agricultural sector is not exempt from the threats of TTIP. The island of Ireland is export-led in terms of the agri-sector. 90% of our beef output is exported and 85% of our dairy produce are exported. The US would like to see EU regulations in agriculture loosened up to have greater access to this market, and TTIP will certainly see a fast increase in the quota of US beef in Europe. The Copenhagen Economics Report has warned that Ireland's beef sector is expected to decrease by between 1% and 3% as a result of TTIP. This is equivalent to the loss of between 25 to 45 million euros a year. So let me remind you that the beef sector in Ireland supports over 100,000 family farms. TTIP would also have negative consequences for our dairy, pork, poultry sectors, with an estimated loss of 3,000 jobs. TTIP would also have a detrimental effect on our public health services, on food safety, on environmental rights, on water services, and on the sustainability of our SMEs, who would be exposed to huge international competition if TTIP is agreed. It is essential that TTIP is stopped. Over 250,000 people marched on the streets of Berlin last weekend in opposition to the proposed partnership. Over 3 million people from across Europe have signed a citizens' initiative, and that initiative petition calling for an end to TTIP. People in Ireland have to stand up and register their opposition to TTIP. We must show the parties of government that the Irish people will not support this dilution of their rights and the undermining of democracy. So you must lobby all Irish MEPs to persuade them to oppose TTIP, as Sinn Féin has committed to doing.